So when you're looking at the prospect of whether you're going to be successful with your product or business, what's luck got to do with it? Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing TV, where we try to help you help other people by taking your great innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that all up with sound wisdom so you can turn them into real things like products and businesses that make money. Now, you ever hear people say sometimes when they're talking about a successful inventor or entrepreneur, and they'll just say, well, you know, he just got lucky or she just got lucky. And it kind of raises the question really of what role does luck really have to do with a successful product or a business? Because a lot of people will say that. You'll say, well, just the right thing happened for him at the right time. And, why are some people just so lucky? I'm not lucky. How come they got the right deal and I didn't? And people will say that. People will think that. And while, things can happen in a hurry to some people, or success comes faster, maybe, because, sometimes outside forces will do things. Even turkeys can fly in a tornado. So they could necessarily maybe not be as good, but you don't want to depend on that. But this begs the question though, is there a way to become lucky? And I say yes. I really do believe that there is a way to become, if you want to call it, lucky. And there's a great formula I heard someone tell one time, and they called it the momentum theory, and it was this neat little FI/T parentheses G. It was like a form. It was like a I don't know if you'd call it a mathematical formula or whatever, but basically what it meant was focused intensity over time multiplied by God equals unstoppable momentum, and I believe that. I believe that focused intensity beats four aces every time. Because you don't want to have a lottery mentality when it comes to inventing your business. You really want your success to be determined. You really don't want your success to be determined by chance. And think about it. Following the mindset of, oh, well, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I hope this goes well. If this doesn't go well, I guess I'll be ruined. If you have that mindset of chance is going to do this. No, following this mindset has ruined many an inventor and entrepreneur, because if you have that mindset, it's going to give you the exact chances of luck success, which is probably 0.001%, which a lot of times are, because a lot of inventors and entrepreneurs out there are depending on luck and not making it for themselves. Louis Pasteur has a great quote about this. He says, "Fortune favors the prepared mind." And that's just one aspect of it, I believe, you can win, but you have to be prepared, and you have to allow for that. Fortune will favor you if you are prepared, and not just the learning area, although that's extremely important. I'll tell you a great story about this. I went to this, there was this trade show I went to, and I was a vendor at this trade show for this specific industry, and they had, they always had these promotional things. They had casino night. It was casino tables and all this, but it wasn't real money. It was play money. So, which was kind of funny because I think us as vendors, we just, whatever money they gave everybody to start with, the packs of play money, we usually ended up giving to our customers just so they could play. And plus, I don't know anything about gambling, so maybe Edward Ayers can teach me. He's from Vegas. So anyway, shout out to Edward out there. I sat there and watched at this, I guess they call it a craps table, and again, I know little to nothing about this, but I watched, and I was just kind of like a fly on the wall watching other people betting money and seeing who, and I noticed one trend immediately. More money went out than came in. Now, you had some isolated winners here and there, but for the most part, the house always, like they say, the house always wins. So that always struck me. Number one okay, maybe some people have fun to gamble just for fun, and that's all well and fine if that's the only reason you're doing it. But I find, to me, that's not fun. I'm not big on games of almost any kind. I like games where the points are real, and usually that's inventing a business. So, but beyond that, my point here is that there was some people who got lucky, but here's the thing. The more you are doing things, the more your chances. Let's say that you have 1,000, 1 out of 1,000 calls or whatever activity you are doing in the inventing or entrepreneur process. It's going to take 1,000 units of effort to produce one good result. 1 out of 1,000. Now, the one result is worth the 999 no's. But you have this expectation of, I'll be lucky. Maybe I'll get it in the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th one. But you don't. Case in point, Colonel Sanders. I got a great video on him, by the way. 65 years old, sleeping in his car, going around from restaurant to restaurant to license his formula for making his secret recipe chicken, now famous, and he got 1,000 no's before he got to a yes. Now that's tenacity. But he created his luck. In the end, we know the end story of the very, very successful Colonel Sanders Kentucky Fried Chicken. But what you didn't see was him, 65-year-old guy, sleeping in his car, going around from restaurant to restaurant, enduring 1,000 no's, 999 no's, before he got to his first yes. What did he do? He got lucky because he endured the other 999. What does that tell me? Well, it tells me that it's a numbers game. All of it is a numbers game. Think about it. The more people you see, the better chance you have of that one right connection. The more component manufacturers you call on, the better chance of you getting the right materials for your product. The more writing of your patent and reading other patents gets you a better chance of getting it right, getting a good patent right. The more you test, fail, rebuild your Frankentype, the closer you are to getting the functionality piece of it right. It's all a numbers game. Yes, you're focused on intensity on your product or business, and that's going to make you lucky, if you want to use that word. It will afford you more opportunities to learn, to grow, and to hit that target right. So, are you making your own luck? Let me know in the comments. And for more help and guidance, you want to check out our websites, kyinventors.org, empoweredinventing.com. We have a lot of good information to help you hang around other people who are doing it and doing it right, and that will help you to do the same thing. Also, increasing that luck, if you want to call it that. So anyway, I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV. Like, subscribe, help us to build our tribe, and I'll look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, online course, or on the next video.